the 63 megawatt Calatagan solar farm in Batangas, 100 megawatts in Tarlac, and a very small rooftop installation. These are real projects, but they are drops in the ocean compared to the 10,000 megawatts that the government and Meralco and foreign investors were told to expect. So meron siyang mga na-build na mga solar panel pero hindi ito sapat to get yung production ng kuryente na kailangan doon sa sinay nilang contract sa gobyerno. So, ang tanong dito, what happened to the other 98%? Noong October 2024 po, Senator Jinggoy Estrada ay nagtanong sa Department of Energy. Tinanong niya si Undersecretary at the time, Rowena Cristina Guevara. Exactly yung tanong nating lahat, saan napunta yung 98%? During noong budget hearing sa Senado, po ni Yusek dito is 21 of Solar Philippines, yung pagmamayari ni Leandro Leviste, 42 contracts were already being processed for termination because the company was, pakinggan nyo po, not able to deliver the scheduled targets of the work program. And this was coming from October 2024. Kung babalikan natin yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, between 2017 at 2024, ito yung panahon na nagamit nila yung mga kontrata ng gobyerno for them to start their business. So in short, based on Yusek Rowena Cristina Guevara, noong Senate budget hearing, hindi daw po nila na-deliver yung target amount of megawatts na kailangan doon sa kontrata. And sabi ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada dito, why put so much trust with Solar Philippines? Why do you keep on awarding contracts to them? It is a question that DOE or Department of Energy never adequately answered. But the pattern is clear. Solar Philippines was securing contracts far beyond its capacity to execute them. And unlike other developers who typically complete projects within 2 to 3 years, Solar Philippines repeatedly failed to even reach the development phase after 3 years. So, in short, pinres ni Senator Jinggoy yung Department of Energy, bakit daw binibigyan pa ng paulit-ulit na kontrata kung alam naman na hindi kakayanin ng kumpanya yung requested amount of megawatts from the solar energy. Pero ang problema, hindi rin masagot ng USEC at that time yung question na yun. Kaya nakapagtataka na bakit binigyan ng contract ng ganong katindi? Diba? Knowing na bago pa lang yung kumpanya. Sabi dito, dapat daw, after 3 years, at least nasa development phase ka na. At least 5, 15, or 25% ng kaya mong i-output or i-deliver sa contract na pinag-usapan, dapat na ando ka na after 3 years. Ang problema, even after 3 years, wala pa. Hindi pa nakakapag-start. So, what happened? Sabi dito that yung consequence daw po extend beyond one company's failure. On December 2025, this year, ngayon, December 2025, ang Department of Energy, nag-terminate po sila ng 84 renewable energy contract industry-wide for non-performance ng Solar Philippines, representing almost 5,372.209 megawatts of potential capacity that had been factored into the country's energy planning. The ripple effects are already visible. Sabi dito, dahil daw po sa kakulangan ng enerhiya na isusupply sana ng Solar Philippines, nagkaroon daw po ito ng epekto. Ang almost halagang nawala sa atin ay 5,372 megawatts. Ang epekto daw po nito, nakikita na natin. From the year, projected daw po ng DOE, by the year 2026, which is next year, to 2027, region po ng Luzon, the island of Luzon, magkakaroon po ng expensive fossil fuel power, maraming problema sa grid, sa kuryente, at magkakaroon ng pagtigil ng transition ng Luzon region into an renewable energy. Bakit ito mangyayari? Kasi nga wala nang pagkukunan. First, there is no way that we can replicate tong solar energy na to unless meron talaga tayong reserve, meron tayong pagkukunan.